All right, good evening. It's after 11 p.m., a little bit after 11 p.m. I've got my post-workout meal, fish, some wild-caught, so it claims. I have some wild-caught cod actually out there. I'm not going to have salmon this late at night. I'm getting ready to go lay right down, so I don't want all that fat. For a number of reasons. I want to get to sleep, and I don't need the more concentrated amount of calories right now. So I have something pretty light, easy to digest, blah 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 blah. Still get plenty of protein. Just got finished working out downstairs. Oh man, I tell you, it really is a luxury to be able to just crank up the jams and do your workout. You know, I was talking to somebody, a brother, about that through Facebook earlier today. You know how nice it is to be able to listen to whatever you want to listen to when you're working out. Whew. Long day today, long day. I got up tired, and I'm still tired, and I got a lot of things done. I got out on a bike, went to a car and bike show, took the bike, and managed to duck the rain. As overcast as it looked, I wasn't sure I'd be able to pull that off, but I did. So, talk a little bit about arms, because that's what everybody's interested in, right? They want to build big arms. Everybody wants big arms. I don't fucking know why, but I have big arms. I mean, if I did not have big arms, I guess if arms were like a stubborn body part for me, then I would want it. I don't really have any terribly stubborn body parts, but I think that's only because I've been lifting so many years that even when I atrophy and get smaller, you know, I still have more nuclei. I still have more muscle than what I began with, you know, so it'll still atrophy and hypertrophy, but I have more. So, you know, I've been down the basement doing primarily free weight exercises now, and you know, I have some machines and stuff, cables and shit, but I'm trying to do mostly free weight stuff. So tonight was back. Now, lately, typically, I do a push-pull workout plus legs. And, you know, of course, on my back days, my pull days, I do biceps. And then on my push days, I do triceps. Now, of course, you understand that no muscle pushes jack shit, right? Muscles aren't capable of pushing anything. You know, in symphony, can manage to push something, but the muscles are all achieving this by contracting and pulling. So it's kind of a misnomer, but push-pull, people understand what it means, what it embodies. So typically that's how I do things. I've been doing that for quite a while now. It's not always the case, and has not always been the case. I've done a number of different kind of things, training arms. What I like to do is, especially if I'm coming back, which is where I'm at right now, I'm making a drastic change in my physiology and in my physique. You know, I like to stick to the old axiom: just enough is enough. So, if I can get away with doing minimal direct arm workout, because like, for instance, tonight I did back. If I'm going heavy on back, a lot of free weight, and I'm slowly but safely and cautiously, because I'm an old bastard, bumping up the poundage, you know, that I'm pulling from the floor and shrugging when I do my shrugs. I'm deadlifting and shrugging it. You know, and I'm rowing, doing dumbbell rows, barbell shrugs, and dumbbell shrugs. Actually, tonight I actually supersetted. Once I got to my heaviest barbell shrug set, then I stayed with that weight, and instead of doing between 3 and 5 sets up areas, which is what I'll do if I'm, really pushing it, if I'm feeling good, I'll do that sometimes. Rather than do that, I stayed at that weight, and I went over to the dumbbell rack, and as soon as I did my set of shrugs, and I'm doing a higher rep right now, so heavy is relative, okay, because I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying? No need to rush. Just enough is a fucking enough, because you have to be able to ratchet this up as you continually go along, just like with cardio. So you don't want to get overzealous and jump in there and just do it all, You want to do just enough is enough. Get in there, provide the stimulation, get the hell out. Because you don't build any muscle in the gym. You build nothing. You don't build an ounce of muscle in the gym, right? You do the damage in the gym. You provide the stimulus by doing the damage so that you will adapt and overcome. You will adapt and it'll repair, and then you'll grow, experience hypertrophy as long as your nutritional needs are met, and then some. So I did the heavy set of my barbell shrugs. Then I went over to the dumbbell rack, and I grabbed 30 pounders light. But I just set down that weight, just set down that dumbbell, grab them, and I'll do like 25 reps, right? Immediately, no rest. Then I'll stop. Then I will go over and I will lighten that load by, say, 20 pounds. And then I will shrug that again, and I'll get like 15 reps on the barbell. Then I'll walk over and grab the 35s, and I'll shrug that like 20, 25 times. Okay, then I will go back over, depending how it felt. Did I struggle to get 15 when I did the barbell? Because I'm looking for 15. I'm looking for 12 and 15 right this minute. That's not always the case. This is what I'm doing right now. So I may reduce the weight a little bit again on the barbell. I may not. Depends how easily, I got to 15. I don't want to get it too easily. I don't want to feel confident doing 16 or 17. You understand? But I'm looking for 12 to 15. So if I got 14 and I squeezed the 15th out, I'm not going to change the weight because I know I'm going to hit at least my 12 or 13 or so, right? So I'll go back to that. I'll do my shrugs again. I'm going to be somewhere falling there, 12, 13 reps, whatever the fuck. Set that down. Then I will go back to the dumbbell rack and now I'll grab 40 pounders and I'll do as many as I can do. Sit them down. Okay. Then I'll now, depending on what I got again, I may reduce that barbell weight. I may not. I'll do another shrug set of that shit with the barbell and immediately go over and grab 45 pounders. Is that where I'm at now? I did the 30s to 35, the 40s, 45, whatever. But I'll work my way up, and the last set of dumbbells that I'll do behind that barbell is going to be like, I'm doing a superset, kind of, sort of, or a giant set, really. It will be 50 pounders. I don't really need to go any heavier than that, and by then, shit is fucked up. It's already messed up. I've already done the whole exercise I needed to do with the barbell, and then I rolled into this, kind of a giant set. So traps are stimulated plenty for that. Anyway, I go on and get through my back workout, and then I don't really need to do a whole shitload of direct bicep work. And I'm doing like no real forearm work directly. Indirectly, yes. But now the biceps have already indirectly been placed under a great deal of stress. I don't use any kind of straps, wraps, any of this kind of thing, right? Because it has to be functional too. I want to build muscle. I want to get lean, which is all happening. But I also want it to be functional. I don't want to, if I grab something, I want to be able to hang on to it. If I'm out in the real world, I need to grab a hold of something. I don't want to fail, my grip to fail, even though I'm strong enough all around overall to be able to pull that or to be able to cling to that or to be able to move or relocate or whatever I'm trying to do with that, But I don't want the weak link to be my grip now, So I train to get as much as I can all the way around. So I'm not using straps, wraps, none of that bullshit, right? If you do, it's fine. I'm on a different kind of time right now. I'm doing something different. My trip is different right now. So behind all that, I don't have to do a ton of bicep work. And I will do more of a giant set, even with the bicep stuff. I'll do strip sets. I'll do all this kind of high intensity shit now with the biceps because they're already in a pre-fatigue state. When I do chest, right, on my push day, I'll do the same with triceps. Triceps, I'll go a little heavier. They're 2/3 of your upper arm. They're stronger than biceps, So I'll go a little bit heavier, a little bit harder, hammer them a little bit more. They respond a little differently anyway. Biceps are a relatively small muscle, truthfully. So now I'm moving into the place where it's about time that I can step up my back workouts and I can step up my chest workouts. And in doing that, I also want to step up my arms now. So I'm not going to do any arm work with those exercises anymore. That push-pull shit, no. I'm going to do the back day, just back. I'll do my chest day, just chest. And then arms are going to get their own day. And now what I'll do on that arm day is I will do supersets. And I've told you this before. I'll roll back into that routine. Where, say the first exercise is something, it will probably be rope pull downs, right? You know what I mean? Like this, but all the way down here, right? To warm my elbows up really good and all that shit. So I'll start out, maybe I'll do rope pull downs, a set of rope pull downs. And then maybe right behind that, I'll do a set of maybe some kind of a cable curl. Just warming biceps up, okay? Then, the rope pull downs are going to get fairly heavy. And then the cable curls can get a little heavy. But now, in this instance, the next exercise, I'm doing push downs. So I can really get behind that and really move weight. So now I'm doing the tricep push down, and then I'll go and do barbell curls now. Because now we're into the heavy sets. And this body part, the way I'm going to do that, my second set of exercises are going to be my heavy mass building exercises as far as I'm concerned. And then my favorite tricep exercise, my third tricep exercise, in other words, is going to be seated presses with a dumbbell. Throw a dumbbell behind my head and an overhead tricep extensions with a single dumbbell in both hands, because you can go extremely heavy with that shit. Work up to it. Don't overdo it. Don't throw some heavy fucking dumbbell back there. And I am going to start to watch my language. I'm getting out of hand with that shit. Don't just throw some heavy-ass dumbbell back there because you think that's the way to go. It's unnecessary. It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. You want full range of motion. Full range. Good stretch down. Lock up at the top. Lock out at the top momentarily. Don't overextend it. You know what I mean? Don't overemphasize it. Just touch on it. Full range of motion. But you want to get to heavy-ass weight where you can get at least 8 to 10. At least 8 to 10. And don't jump the gun. Just enough is enough, because you're always going to want to continue to ratchet it up. You're going to experience progress from this if you do it with the right amount of intensity. If you really are working, you're going to experience progress. So then as you progress, you can ratchet things up, and by then you'll be able to throw up a heavy dumbbell behind your head, a heavy dumbbell, and use good form. And what's that going to do? It's going to develop everything in the chain, from you snatching it up, throwing it up on your shoulder, picking it up behind you, right? No help. Don't have somebody hand it to you. None of that crap. Do it all yourself. Pick it up, throw it up, put it behind your head, right? So all that, to me, all that's part of the exercise, because we're talking about overall functional strength development. All that's part of the exercise for me. I don't want somebody just to hand it to me when I'm in a position. Have I ever done that? Sure. But I haven't done that for for decades. I grab it myself off the floor, throw it up over behind my head. Why? Because what good does it really do me to be able to take a 160-pound dumbbell and do 20 reps behind my head with it with good form, full range of motion, if I can't pick it up and get it in a position by myself? How does that translate to functional strength in the real world? there's an imbalance there. Do you understand? There's an imbalance. So that's how I approach it. Arms are a fun body part to train, of course, because you get that blood in there, especially if you're going to superset bis and tris. You flush that whole area with so much blood, which should be nutrient rich if you're eating properly and you're putting the right things in your body. You're getting your vitamins, your minerals, your trace elements and shit like that too from sport formula or whatever it is you're using. I don't think there's anything better than sport formula, but that's my opinion, and that's a lot of people's opinion, but that's what I use. Anyway, that should be maybe something borrow from that or whatever your plan of attack. If you have questions, email if you have any questions. But moving into that now, give arms their own day. I'm going to do that. Step things up a bit because I'm trying to come up from behind right now. Once I get, some decent size on me, I'll probably rotate back into a push-pull and triceps with chest day and biceps on back. Because it's just, they don't need, as far as I'm concerned, they're going to make their most progress if I give them their own day. But then by the same token, now I'm adding another day into the week's rotation, regardless of if everything gets trained once every 7 days or if everything gets trained twice every 10 days, whatever the case may be, right? I'm still extending that rotation. So I'm cutting into rest time by adding another day when it could be consolidated, by separating bis and tris and having them with back and chest. So, everything's a trade-off. But that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. And it's working out great, man. Cardio, the old body's finally responding like I used to be able to see it respond back in the day, because my whole goal hasn't been to actually gain body weight. Really, part of the plan was, let's not throw that much weight on the body to carry all that stress around. Let's lean down and just be happy wherever we end up, and right? Just look good and functional. And that's my training is coming straight from that angle. But it's on target. But yet I'm gaining weight. I've lost a lot of body fat. I'm considerably leaner than I was. But I've gained between 5 and 7 pounds of body weight. So, I'm literally gaining muscle, at a pretty good pace, a pretty good clip. But that's not that bizarre, because I've already been that big. You know what I mean? I've already been 300 freaking pounds, for God's sake, There are plenty of pictures of me on the internet at 280s, not sloppy. Blocky? Yes, I'll agree with that. That I lose really my aesthetics over 250 when I'm never going to be that lean at 250, much less 280 again, right? And I shouldn't be, but, I look my best when I'm lean and 250 or less, when I'm lean, pretty lean, 280, 275, 280, I think. If I'm lean enough and carrying that much weight, I always realized that my aesthetics suffer and I look blocky at that size. I have good proportion, less weight, but none of that's relevant right now anyway, so I don't even know why I'm going there. I'm tired. My mind's wandering. So my fish is done. I smell it. I heard the timer go off and it shut down. The air fryer, I put it in an air fryer. It's fish fillets. So I'm going to go chow down and kick back. Maybe watch a little television for a change of pace. Hopefully be able to get some shut-eye. So I can get up early in the morning, drink my L-carnitine, and get on the treadmill and keep things rolling along. So hope you're having a great weekend so far. You guys take care. Have a good night's sleep if it's nighttime where you are. And if it's not, well, good morning to you already. I don't know. Take care. I'll see you soon.